In this video I am going to show you how to simply bind a booklet with a chain stitch. Hello, I am Tinne from Victoria Designs, and if you like to craft with vintage botanical printables, our Botanical Letters kit might be perfect for you. Old papers, botanical images and writing tools, it is all there. And I made an easy tutorial with the smallest journal page printables from this kit to show you how to bind booklets with a chain stitch. I swear it is super easy. If you buy this kit, I included the printable little covers for free that I am using in this tutorial as well. Of course, you can use the printables from this Botanical Letters kit to make a lot of other crafts as well. We have a playlist on our channel with almost 100 tutorials you can make with this whole kit as well. That is more than enough projects to keep you crafting for a very long time. If you want to know more, just check it out in my Etsy shop. There's a link below for more information. And now let's start crafting. Enjoy! So for this tutorial I used the small journal pages from the kit. There are 24 journal pages in total. They come in 3 sizes and the smallest size come with 2 on 1 page. This means that there are 12 files with 2 journal pages on them, and I printed 6 of them on regular paper because these tiny booklets are going to be a bit too thick, I think, if you print them on heavier paper. So this is 80 grams paper. So 6 of them I printed on one side and the other 6 I printed on the back side. You can, if you want to, print the back 1% or so larger than the front, especially if your printer shifts a little bit. Then if you cut out the front, there's less of a chance that you end up with white edges on the other side. So all of these print on 80 grams paper, and then also for this tutorial I created these. These weren't in the kit yet, but I put it in there as well as an extra bonus freebie so you can make this actual tutorial. So these are going to be the covers, and on the back I printed one of the papers from the kit, and this I printed on 120 grams paper, so for a little heavier cover. And these will make 2 booklets, all these. And the first thing I'm going to do is just cut them all out. So I cut everything out, and if you still end up with some white edges here or there, just add some ink to those edges to hide the white and you're all good to go. Okay, I made 2 piles of 6 pages each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to fold each pile in half. There. Use my bone folder here. There. And then our 2 covers, also going to fold in half separately. Well, why separately? Then I can really see that folding line where I should punch my holes. That's why I like to fold that one separately. So there we go. Nice. This is going to be a booklet, and this one too. I'm going to show you everything with this one. So I am putting these papers into that cover here. Make sure the spine really lines up. And then I have here my mat. This cord piece has been intended for making holes, but you can definitely use an old cork coaster or something for that. Just something that will really protect your work surface. And since sometimes I can be a bit heavy, I'm going to put an extra mat underneath as well. There are already more than enough little holes in my work surface already. Okay, and now I'm going to make holes right here on that folded line of the cover, every 1/4 inch. If you think that's too much, you can go every 3/8 inch or something like that. That's a choice. I like my chain stitches to be quite chubby, so that's why I'm going to make a hole every 1/4 inch. If you like a more elongated and slender, then leave a bit more room in between. So I am going to start from the top. I'm just going to make my first hole 1/4 inch from that top, and then every 1/4 inch. I'm going to pre-punch all my holes as neatly as I can in a row So, Tinne, don't move your ruler. Right on top of that fold. And the last one. There we go. You can leave these on, but usually everything stays quite at the place. It's whatever you prefer. You can leave them on if you want. And now I'm going to take some thread. This is just embroidery thread. I like it because a good quality one is pretty strong already. And you can get them in all the colors that you like. That's what I really, really love. And they're available in many places. Of course, you can use wax thread, like real bookbinding thread as well, but I'm super happy with this. And now I'm going to measure about 4 times the height of the book will probably be enough. 4, I always need some extra, just in case. I've had situations where I thought it's probably going to be enough, and then it wasn't. I always like some extra room to wiggle, etc. So I just took about 4.5 lengths. Okay, now there are 2 ways to start here. The very easy way and the tiny little bit harder way, but it's going to be prettier way. So I'm going to go with the second one. It's going to be prettier and it's only a little bit extra here. Now, how are we going to start? So this is my top because the flowers go that way. I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna go out through the second hole. You heard me, second hole. Go out, leave a little tail here, and then go back in through that hole. And to make it easier, just pull your thread on that side towards that direction, turn around, and also pull this thread to that direction as well, and then you have more room here to go back out without catching on one of the threads. So just pull that thread towards that side and go back out. Back in, I mean. And now, don't pull it through all the way. Leave a little loop here. Turn around again, and now go out through the first hole. Remember, this is all to make it prettier, so it's worth it. There. And now, go through that loop. There. And now you see the first chain stitch appear. And go back through that first hole. This is the only time you need to do it like this. So, and now, gently pull, gently. Make sure you pull it that way. And now on the back, make a knot. Double knot. There. And cut off the excess here. So, and now it's easy. We go out through the third hole. Now it's so easy, it's ridiculous. So now go under that stitch we made earlier, so under both threads. Let me show you. So just go with your needle under both. And then go back in through that hole, through that third hole again. And see, this way we have 2 chain stitches here. If I did it the easy way, this would just be 1 thread and not a real stitch. And then turn around and go out through the 4th hole. It was easier if I just came a little bit closer with my camera. Okay, so out the 4th hole, again, go under those 2. And back in through that 4th hole. And pull. On the other side, the next hole. Under those, back in. Next hole, See how easy that is and how pretty. And now under both. And back in. And just keep doing that next hole under both, back through the that first hole until you're at the end. Always the same. So easy. You can watch TV while you're doing this, or listen to a conversation. This is the ideal hobby that you can do on autopilot. If your daughter's getting married and she wants like 100 of these stitched, well, first, you have to say if you want to do that, because that's a lot. But you could. It's this easy and it gives such a nice touch to a little booklet. And the sewing part is really the best part. Goes so quickly and you see beauty emerge. I love seeing beauty emerge. See, I'm glad I did take enough thread, because I'm not going to have much left, I see. But I think I left quite a bit of a tail in the beginning and I shouldn't have. But I'm gonna get there. It's all going to be great. You don't want too much left as well. Almost there. Yeah, I left a little bit too much of a tail in the beginning. But I have enough. So through the last hole out. Same thing, under the two threads back in. And now just simply have to make a knot here. I'm not going to make the knot here because there's a danger that this fluffy end will stick out. So I'm going to make my knot a bit further. The next loop here. Just go under there and make a knot. And I'm gonna turn it into a double knot. If you don't have much thread left, just stick it through and then put the back of the needle through instead. See? There, now I have my double knot. It's not too close to the edge, so if I cut it off, really make it tight, it's not going to stick out of the booklet. There, and now I only have to fold it again. Careful with your bone folder. And look how pretty that is. I'm in awe that this is so easy to do by hand. Now, you see some of the pages are sticking out a little bit. That's the nature of folding those pages that have the same size. Normally I leave these, but since there are such small booklets, there are two ways to go about this. And that is one, what I am going to do is I have a heavy duty paper trimmer. So I'm just going to put that inside and I can just slice all of these sticking out pages off in one go. But I assume most people don't have that in their house. Yeah, with the crafting business, just having a heavy duty paper trimmer is just a godsend. I use it every single day. But what you can do if you don't have it is just have a mat, a metal ruler, and a heavy duty craft knife, and just line that up with the first page that you see. And just keep sliding. Make sure your blade is a sharp blade, otherwise cut one off so you have a sharp one. And just keep going Let me show you. Sliding really softly. Don't push too hard. No need for pushing. Just keep sliding. Keep your ruler into place and see, some of them are starting to come off, you know? You can just keep doing this until you're happy. There. Okay, yeah, my blade was clearly not the sharpest anymore. That was my fault. I am going to still, because the last ones didn't come off really well, put this under my guillotine trimmer for a flush cut. So I'm just going to slide that in here. Make sure it's straight. Now it's locked and now I can cut. And in one go it is totally smooth. There, and the booklet is completely ready now, nicely bound, very pretty and so beautiful to look at. And I'm going to make the second one the exact same way. There, I ended up not making 2 but actually 4. Look how pretty they are. And I sewed these while I was pacing through my room. So if you want to keep moving and not sit down the whole day, you can do this easily on your treadmill. You can have conversations with your friends. This only needs half your brain. Or you can just let your mind wander and kind of get into some sort of a meditative state, which is super healing. And rest assured, these covers weren't in the original kit, but I added them, so you'll have these as well. Okay, I really hope you loved this quick and easy tutorial. I hope you'll enjoy using this technique. And now I wish you a very beautiful day. Bye-bye.